as promised in the last video, here's me doing some stub-out prep.
Alright, I'm going to use this stub out, but the problem is Apollo likes to put their giant sticker right here. I've measured where I want to cut it to where it sticks out of the wall, not too far. And it is starting right here, but you need to make sure you have enough room for your ferrule and your thing to go on there. So I have to remove this sticker. Apollo, why do you put your sticker there? Why not put it here or on the flange where you're going to screw through it? Why do we need to put it here? I understand you have to have your Prop 65, you have to have your product description, but you could put all of that here. And then I don't have to spend 20 minutes cleaning it off like I'm about to do. If you need help cleaning it off, what I usually do is take a credit card and scrape it until it's all off, and then I take this stuff, Goo Gone, because there's a bunch of sticky goo left over from the sticker. Gross. You don't want that on your valves. Spread that on there, let it sit for 15 minutes, and wipe it off with a paper towel. Another helpful tip, always inspect your stub outs. Just sanded all the, got all the sticky stuff off of there, and then I noticed it's got some type of corrosion on the side. I don't know what, if that's going to matter or not, but I sure don't like buying a product that's already got some type of marring on it. So I'm going to try to take this back and see if they'll let me do it without the sticker. And then we're going to sand it up with an Emery Cloth here. Okay, what I'm going to do now is cut this pipe. I know where I want it at. This is about where the sticker stopped. I'll put my pipe cutter in here. It's not an exact science because as long as you have enough, you'll be okay. If you cut off too much, you will not be okay. So make sure you don't do that. So what we're doing is putting this guy in here, and you're just tightening this down to where this little wheel cuts into there. And then you twist it around. It makes a nice little cut right there. So you twist it around a couple times, twist it a couple more times, tighten it up. Just do it very slowly because you got free time. You're not rushing to do this or anything, because when you rush, you make mistakes. And your pipe just falls off of there. Then most of these have a secret tool in the back that lifts up like that. You take that, stick it in the pipe, twist it around. Oop, and you're trying not to cut yourself. But you just twist it around like that. And what you're doing is cleaning out that pipe where you cut it to make it sure it's nice and flat on the inside, so you don't have any water that hits that and goes crazy. So what I like to do is use Emery Cloth, which is basically sandpaper, but get the one they have from that's in the plumbing area, because it will be cut to the right size and it's the right grit. So you just rip it off there, and you get to work sanding the end of this because you want a smooth surface. You've got a new pipe, so it's probably okay, but you want to go ahead and just sand it anyways. This also gets some oils off that's on your fingers. So you do some of that sanding. And what I like to do is sand the end of it, like that. And then I put this, fold it up enough times so it can go inside, at least you get the corner of it. And you sand that little corner. So you're on the inside of that pipe and it feels, you don't want anything poking you when you do that. And also, you want to make sure all that sanding stuff comes out. And you also want to not touch this after you're done because oils from your hands will go into it. There you go. So you got a nice cutoff right there. And that's going to go on there. Let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So what I'm doing is reusing my old valves. I took them off. So what you have is you have this part, you have this part, and you have one more thing called a ferrule. It goes on the end of it, or the inside, excuse me. And these guys you're going to make sure you get the 5/8 inch if you're using 1/2 inch. So what happens is this guy goes on first, then this guy, just slide them back, and then your valve. And if this is oriented down this way, you want your valve to be pointing up so your water comes out the top. So that can just go in as far as it'll go, and you just slide this back out to there. And you're going to connect them by just screwing it in. Some people tell you to use pipe dope on this, but unless you have leaks, I would not mess with pipe dope. You're not supposed to really do that. So it's going to be a little wobbly right now. And what you have to do is tighten it down using 2 wrenches, and I'll show you how to do that. What I use, since I have it out, it's easier to do it in a vise. Okay, we got our vise set up here. This is how it's going to be in your wall. That's going to be screwed into a plate. Your water's going to be coming out here, so you want your water to be here. And what you always want to do is to tighten, you want your wrenches turning in opposite directions, kind of like squeezing it. So you'll see what I'm saying when I put it on here. What I like to do is take a pipe wrench and put it here so it hangs out on here and it's able to stop it by that valve. And this is not fun, so it just takes a lot of patience, guys. Gotta have patience. So we tighten that up. This one goes over that nut, and what you're going to do is I'm going to try to keep the pipe wrench steady while I tighten this one down. And like I said, you're pushing away from you, so if you think you're pushing these 2 pieces away from you to tighten it. If you want to loosen it, you're going to bring them closer to each other. Sorry. This one's pushing away from that one while it's sitting straight. And what I like to do, a lot of people say go a quarter turn, like go until it's hand tight and then a quarter turn. I can do a little 1/8 of a turn, just where you feel some good resistance on there, and you're good. And what you can always do is, once you install it, if you see a drip coming out, you can snug it up with some wrenches again in place. But if you over tighten these, you can break that ferrule, or not break it, you can melt that ferrule to where it's warped out of control and you'll have to cut this pipe off. You don't want to do that. So it's better to go on the underside, I say, and be able to snug it up until it stops leaking on you, instead of having to worry about having to cut off the pipe, because I have been there before. You don't want to cut the pipe off, especially since you just installed it, and you don't want to have to buy a new one. If you have to buy a new set of ferrules, all that stuff. So right now my wrench is stuck on there. It does not want to let go. So the tip for that is to take some pliers, put it on there, and twist that. I'm not going to do it because I need 2 hold hands. Alright.
And that's it. Go out there and enjoy your new beautiful stub out you made, and keep doing stuff, stubber heads.